Hey, welcome to Ghost Freak. I'm Make It a Freak. I fast traveled to Gamaine's Charlie. I'm going to head to this location, grab a helicopter, hopefully respawn, and I'm going to head to the river market and get to 30 meters of altitude right here. That's where I aim to go. Okay, and then I will go to 3,000 plus 30 altitude and halo jump all the way into Fob Vibora onto the intel cache there, which is on the second floor. And I'll be 4.7 exactly kilometers from the target at that market. Of course, as soon as I go to 3,000, I'll be 5.5 kilometers from it. And it takes about a minute to free fall all the way in. And I like this location because that free market is right where I need to be. So it's helpful as a location. And there's a helicopter really easily stolen nearby. So, yeah. Yeah, it's the Watchman mission for the Sam Fisher stuff, which is a pain getting in because most of the time you die in the holding action, which is really annoying. Excuse me, coming through. Should be a piece of cake getting to it. There does seem to be somebody patrolling right there. Like right there. Take him out. Take him out. Yeah, basically. Bob's your uncle. There's your helicopter. And I head north directly. Well, not really. Head northeast. There we go. Right above it by 30 meters. Like so. And that's in line with your target. Right here. Yeah, because I went this way without adjusting target. Now, I could have... I'll need to test it exactly if there's any more issues. But I think I'm pretty close to where I need to be. So, there we go. And we'll go up 3,000 plus. I don't know. Alright, welcome to Ghost Freak on Major Freak. I kept the same altitude when traveling from that building on the second floor, and I was right on target. I didn't really need to second guess myself, but I needed to be 3,100 meters up, just because I was falling short about 66 meters, and I went back and investigated. I lowered my altitude, went over to the river base for the gorilla that I'd been testing for the last dozen times, using that as my test base, and got to the second story, and quite difficult, got my way to my test location and discovered that my altitude exact relative to the second story of that HQ building at the river outpost was altitude 0. So that was quite surprising to find out that I'd done it accidentally perfectly. And now it was just an issue of figuring out, okay, I had it exact. I need to be, I need to be 32 altitude. That was 0, and then add 32, plus it was 66 meters short for some strange reason, so I figured 3,100. So I go 60 short, so I'm going to go up to, and I'll just increase the speed, 3,060, or 3,066 actually, and see how I do. Actually, you know what? Let's do this originally, because I'm supposed to be 3,000 above the target at 4.7 horizontally, or 5.5 when you're at the altitude. And I should get to 66 meters above at altitude here, and then travel back to that site and see if I'm exactly at that, you know, better indication of my theory, and just screwing around with the I am, you know, and guessing. Because I don't know for sure. In relation to this, 60 meters short. All right, mercifully. So I go all the way up to the base and see what altitude I was. I was a bit high, so I lower myself down to the exact, go right back to where I was, and discover I'd done it right the first time. I didn't need to worry too much about it at all. That was 36 meters. So 66 plus 36, around 100. So then I head over to the fob base and get it exact, because I was like, wait, okay, then I need to go down a bit and then try to keep the same altitude all the way to the target. And I figured I'd follow the rivers. Unfortunately, there was a bridge in the way, so I had to, and there was another bridge, and yeah, it got really annoying. Then I had to adjust my altitude a wee bit just to deal with it. I was like, screw this, I'll just go down a bit. And I did, and I headed up the stream to the location and discovered, oh, I'm exactly right. I did it perfectly. Wow, that was lucky. And then, you know, I just started figuring out on the way back to the river market what I needed to do. And I was like, okay, 3,100. And I was like, hey, maybe I should go closer. But then I realized, wait, I shouldn't be telling people to go closer. I should just tell them go right over the river market and then adjust my altitude even further. And that's what I did. And I figured 3,100 is good. You know, it's going to be great. And yeah, give me a sec. I'll speed normal speed. There we go. Okay. Short, then overshoot. But at the same time, if you press W when you've deployed your chute, that might be the key. That might be better to overshoot by a little bit instead of trying to gain a little bit of altitude with S. But and plus, overshooting allows you to drop faster if you're pressing W. So, you know, we'll check it out. I mean, various ways of doing this, and initially I like the idea of going as slow as possible in order to better adjust, but we'll figure it out. Northwest and west, right about there, and 3,100, not 1,100. Get it right. What? So what I'm going to try here is do this is mic on, but I'd like to do commentary. And what I'll probably do, what I'd like to do is mute the microphone now, and then, well, as soon as I get to the proper height, and then record another video watching the video, and I do commentary from that point on. And that way I can pause the video in motion, and, you know, but we'll see. So 3,100. I'd like to hit photo mode, but it always seems to be unreliable. And screws with my landing, so I'd rather not do that. It's fun, but at the same time, yeah, screws. So I'll definitely try the commentary thing. Okay, and muting. All right, cool. Welcome back to the future. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna click on the info cache on the second floor. And it takes about a minute to travel. I'm not micro adjusting. If you micro adjust left and right early, it tend to overcompensate. You won't fall short because you're zigzagging. It has minimal effect, zero, in fact. If you hold S, you will travel a little bit. You will overshoot a bit, but it's like 1%, less than 1%. Even if you held it all the way in S, so it's not going to affect your position if you screw around with S a bit. So here we go. Now I'm going to pause it at. I know I pull my chute at 19, so there we go. So I'm pulling my chute at 150 meters out. I wasn't really counting the numbers down. It was just eyeballing it and going, okay, right about here is where I need to pull it, because it takes about 100 meters until your chute fully deploys. And yeah, it's a good location. I mean, I'm going to land on the second floor. Nobody detects me. I'm overshooting a little bit, so I need to hit W, and I end up going in so quickly that nobody detects me. It's pretty cool. People might have been facing the wrong way to be able to detect me. I don't think the sniper in the tower you see close by, just above my left shoulder, I don't think he's spawned yet, actually. That'd be pretty funny, but a number of them have already. And yeah, you've got a few hours between 2100, when you're allowed to enter this perimeter, or else the mission fails, to 300. I'm doing it outside of the mission parameters, and without the mission being enabled, the Sandfisher won't be there. So yeah, it works out great. Yeah, I'll pause it again once my chute deploys fully. Okay, see, 100 meters. It takes you 100 meters, so understand that if you pull it closer than 100 meters, you're going to face plant, for sure. And if you don't have something like this, a beacon, you won't know what altitude you're at. So eyeballing it is, yeah, good luck. And there's the sniper facing away from me, and possibly the other sniper is also facing away. And everybody, the patrols are not facing me, they're walking in the other direction. So yeah, then I hit W to land right about now. There you go, see? Bam, done. Yeah, I like the idea of overshooting now. I wasn't detected because people weren't looking in my direction, but I think I really enjoy the idea of pressing W more than S, because S can be pretty chancy. Yeah, I like it. Now I'm just right here is the place you want to be for defending. I'm gonna place a mine right there. Usually what I do, I'll have at 0 level, I only have proximity mines, but when I was playing, I had actual mines, and I would just festoon that area with mines and take out some people as they come up. You've got to take out a couple of snipers, actually a few snipers, actually, one to your left, one to your right, and one to your west. And he's difficult to get to because, as you can see, it's a case of you can't really come to this door and aim by crouching. and you can't. Standing up is kind of chancy because of it, the angle. But once you go live, after Sam Fisher says, defend me, and then you're, ta-da, level 3, level 4. Even no, I think it starts at level 3. Then goes to level 4 with the Cobras. They're not actually Apaches. The radar dome above instantly makes people think about Apaches, but it's actually an upgraded Cobra gunship. It's funny, when I was looking for parts for the Apache, I was like, oh, right, that's what the Apache looks like. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, I thought about trying to get on top of this table and go prone in order to, or kneel on top of this table, because you can climb on it, in order to get a more stable platform to shoot at that sniper. But I don't think I do it this time around. I think anyways, that was the video. Hope you enjoyed that and learned something. Hopefully you can apply it pretty much anywhere, really. Find out your altitude of your target. Get to a spot that's at the same altitude, 4.7 exactly kilometers away, and then go up, adjusted by approximately 3,100. I mean, I'm sure you're better at math than me, and you can apply a bit more adjustment to this, but it's good enough to eyeball, and it seems to work really good. I was trying to go a little bit short so I could use S, because I like the idea. I just like going slower than quicker. It just seems to me easier to control, but I think it's better if we overshoot just a tiny bit and then use W to go straight down almost, which is a much easier thing to comprehend than trying to adjust from the steep angle of the free fall and micro adjusting that way to a much shallower angle by 50%, and being able to adjust to that angle switch and eyeball it while you're going slow. It seems to me overshooting is better. So you can use W and get a more precise, it's more intuitive way of going straight down kind of thing. I think at that point you just need to overshoot by a bit and use W, which makes, as I've tested, life a lot easier. So there you go.